If you have psoriasis, eczema, atopic dermatitis, vitiligo, if you're just itchy in general, if you have hand dermatitis or dyshydrotic eczema, today we're talking about phototherapy. We are going over everything today, including the types of phototherapy, why it works, why can't you just tan, are you a candidate, and what's the procedure like, and then the safety and side effects. But before we get into all that, who am I? I am your personal board-certified dermatologist. I am here to teach you in an unbiased, education-based manner about the skin. I'm a very visual learner, and I found that there's not a ton of resources that clearly describe or show what's going on the skin. So that's what I'm trying to do. So if you're a visual learner like me, come join us at noteddermatology.com. All right, so the types of phototherapy. What we do in the office is usually full body phototherapy. That's the device that I showed at the beginning. There's also targeted phototherapy, which is usually for the hands. And also you can buy phototherapy devices over the counter. You can buy something like this on Amazon. So why does phototherapy work? It works on any inflammation in the skin. We shine a UV light on it. This decreases the inflammatory cells in our skin, and then our skin goes back to normal. So why can't you just go to a tanning booth and meet sexy women in bikinis? And the reason is we're using different wavelengths. So for phototherapy, we're using UVB, which is a shorter wavelength that goes just into the epidermis, which decreases inflammation. In a tanning booth, they're using UVA, which goes deeper into the skin, which causes a tan, but also causes other damage as well. Are you a candidate for phototherapy? There's a few different things we look at. First, what skin condition you have. Next, what other treatments have you tried? Usually phototherapy isn't our first go-to, but if you've been through a few treatments and nothing else has worked, then we can go down the phototherapy route. Next is your schedule. Phototherapy is usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and you do that usually for several months. And next, you have no contraindications. There's a long list, but things like skin cancers, lupus, certain medications we have to look out for. So how to prepare for a treatment. Before you leave the house, don't apply lotions, perfumes, excessive makeup, anything like that, and make sure to wear some loose, comfortable clothing. When you get to the office, remove all your jewelry and watches before you go into the booth. Whether you wear your undies or bra is up to you, but whatever you wear, make sure you wear the same thing every time. If you are wearing a watch at first and then you go into the booth, we slowly turn up the strength of the UV light, and then say one day you forget your watch, that area of your wrist, that's going to get burned. So that's why we say wear roughly the same thing every time. You may or may not apply mineral oil. Mineral oil is normally for really severe psoriasis when there's a lot of plaque buildup. And you may or may not have a shield for your face or genitals. All right, now let's go into the booth together. You're going to be wearing protective goggles for sure. During the treatment, it feels really warm and cozy. It doesn't hurt at all. Your first few sessions are usually just a few seconds long, and then as you go further and further into treatment, they can be up to a few minutes. It sounds like there's a buzzing sound. At the end, there's going to be a beeper that is the loudest beeper you've ever heard. After the treatment, you're going to want to moisturize and just follow good, gentle skincare kind of instructions. As far as safety and side effects, in the short term, you may get something that looks like a sunburn. It may be red, itchy. In terms of how often this happens, this is very, very rare. We always start low and go slow. As far as long-term side effects, of course, skin aging is a concern and also an increased risk of skin cancer. Having said this, having chronic inflammation in the skin is itself a risk of skin cancer. And that's your whirlwind overview of phototherapy. Thanks for watching.